Welcome to Missing Chronicles, where we delve into the heartbreaking and enigmatic mysteries surrounding disappearances. Here, we will immerse ourselves in the world of unsolved cases, thrilling search efforts, and intricate journeys. The goal of this channel is to spread awareness, foster community connections, and provide support to the families and loved ones of the missing. Join me as we embark on a suspenseful journey, hoping to uncover the truth behind these missing chronicles. Help us sustain and grow Missing Chronicles by becoming a patron on Patreon. Your contribution ensures that we can continue our investigations, share compelling stories, and work towards a world where no one is forgotten. Join us in making a lasting impact today. Urban Mysteries: The disappearance of college student Dan Zamlin and the baffling case of Jelani Brinson. An unsettling fact about mysterious disappearances is that they are not limited to national parks and forested areas alone. Many people may believe they are safe from this phenomenon within cities and urban areas, but the following cases demonstrate that the opposite may be true. While some common characteristics of these disappearances resemble those that occur in the wilderness, there are a few differences. In urban settings, the majority of disappearances tend to happen to college-age males, and their remains are almost always found in bodies of water. Although authorities often attribute these cases to alcohol-induced accidents, a closer examination of the details reveals a disturbing picture. Let's take a closer look at the case of Daniel Zamlin. Daniel was an accomplished athlete and scholar, an Eagle Scout, and a devout member of the Resurrection Catholic Church. He had recently enrolled at the University of St. Thomas after graduating high school in 2008. By all measures, he was a successful young man. On the night of April 4th, Daniel attended a party with friends near the university campus. Alcohol was involved, and Daniel was reportedly drinking as well. Sometime after 2 a.m., he left the party without informing anyone and appeared upset about something. His friend, Anna Chapuis, called him to inquire about his whereabouts. The conversation, as narrated by Anna, was documented in newspapers. She suggested going back to her house, but Daniel seemed inconsolable and headed towards the Mississippi River, just a few blocks away from the party. Anna drove in that direction, asking Daniel to look for her headlights as she approached. The last words Anna heard from Daniel were, "Oh my gosh, Anna, where are you? Help." His voice grew increasingly distant, suggesting that he was moving away from his cell phone. Subsequent calls went unanswered until the phone eventually died. Later that day, Daniel was reported as a missing person. Authorities, along with the community, conducted an extensive search for Daniel. Utilizing bloodhounds, boats, and side-scanning sonar along the river. Despite their efforts, no trace of Daniel was found. After merely 4 days, authorities decided to terminate the search, stating that they had a high volume of missing person cases to handle. Sally Zamlin, Daniel's mother, was informed by a senior commander that her son was a troubled young man and that they would find him when the river gave him up. It was nearly a month later, on May 1st, that significant developments occurred in Daniel's case. An employee cleaning a water intake port at the Ford Motor Plant, situated on the banks of the Mississippi River, discovered Daniel's body floating approximately a mile from where he had disappeared. Strangely, this area had been thoroughly searched earlier, making it even more perplexing. The body underwent an autopsy, which eventually ruled the cause of death as accidental drowning. However, many important details from the autopsy, such as the duration Daniel's body had been in the water, were not made public due to the Minnesota Data Practices Act. Unsatisfied with the conclusions of the medical examiner and the police investigation, Daniel's family and friends initiated their own inquiries. They obtained a second autopsy, which revealed the presence of GHB in Daniel's system at levels higher than normal. Furthermore, there were no injuries on his body consistent with a fall into the river. The Zamlin family struggled to reconcile the fact that the Mississippi River was flowing unusually fast during the time of Daniel's disappearance, yet his body was found relatively close to the location. They believed that the police had neglected to thoroughly investigate their son's death and were trying to portray him as suicidal based on unreliable testimonies. Similarly, the case of Jelani Brinson shares unsettling similarities. Jelani, a 24-year-old father with plans to become a minister, disappeared after a brief visit to a coworker's house on Kennedy Street. He stepped outside to smoke a cigarette and was never seen again. A week later, his body was discovered in a 3-foot-deep pond at the Green Haven Golf Course, approximately 1,500 feet from where he had disappeared. Despite extensive searches and the absence of visible injuries, the cause of Jelani's death could not be determined. However, like Daniel, high levels of GHB were found in his system. These cases, along with many others nationwide, exhibit a pattern of sudden disappearances, prolonged periods of captivity, and bodies being found in water. Medical examiners often attribute these deaths to accidental drownings, especially when alcohol is present in the victim's system. However, families and independent investigators question these conclusions, as the evidence suggests something far more mysterious at play, while these cases occurred in Minnesota within weeks and miles of each other. It is crucial to acknowledge that this phenomenon extends across the country. The magnitude of these occurrences suggests a larger and more complex scenario. Unfortunately, there are limited clues and a lack of understanding regarding the nature and purpose behind these incidents. As we ponder these cases, it is essential to empathize with the families of the missing individuals. They continue to seek answers and justice for their loved ones, refusing to accept simplistic explanations. These stories serve as a reminder of the enigmatic nature of these disappearances and the urgent need for further investigation. Thank you for watching Missing Chronicles. We have explored captivating stories and searched for answers behind the vanished. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay updated with our latest videos. Share these videos to spread the message and assist affected families and loved ones. If you have any information related to the cases we've discussed, please leave them in the comments section. Together, we can make a difference. See you in the next Missing Chronicles.